Anyway, so back to the special guests that we have. So you're Suyin and you're Roy. Just shout hello so we get hello.
Hello.
Yeah, that's their voices. Listen out for them. So where are you guys from?
I'm personally from Taiwan, and the company Snowflake is based in the UK, based in Oxford.
Okay, yeah.
Oh, I'm from England, of course, and I grew up on the Somerset levels.
So you're the English half of the book. Yeah.
Yes, we backwards and forwards, Chinese and English.
They're from Snowflake Books. Is that like the whole kind of company name? Or?
Yes, it's a partnership.
Okay, I like. And they do books about like they do books in both in Mandarin and English, and they're for like what are they like the fables, but. Oh, I'm now reading and it's distracting me. But yeah, do you want to speak a bit about why you kind of got started?
Yeah, 10 years ago when I think that's about 12 years ago, when I first came to this country, I didn't speak English and I didn't actually have money. And I studied at British University. I met my tutor there, and I found it quite difficult for me to communicate with English tutors and my classmates and my friends there. So I started to learn English for 2 years, and then briefly I of course got my degrees. And I talked to my tutor like, is that possible for us from Taiwan or from China to learn about our own culture in English? And he said that would be a good idea, but what's that for? I said, because we got no confidence when we first came to this country. So if we can have someone to talk with us about our own culture, although it's in English, we still can feel like we are accepted. And if you know about us, and we feel better. So that's why we started to do it. But why we have so many drawings? Because in England, you can't really see those dragons everywhere. You can see this in Taiwan everywhere. All those dragons, you can see them in temples and everywhere. So we just want to introduce you about our culture before you even travel to Taiwan.
Yeah, I'll post a picture of the book cover that we have here to our Facebook page so that you can have a look if you'd like. But I think that's really cool. Like, so that's like helping English people learn about the culture and helping people that don't speak English learn about their own stuff in English.
Yes.
It's like introducing you to stuff you already know. Okay, well, we'll play a song and then we'll come back to some more about that because I think that's really interesting. This is Doesn't Matter by Christine and the Queens. Christ, I can't speak. And this is a request from Kira. Let's hit it.
Fantastic.
And then I'll go
Could you
to...
speak a little bit closer to the microphone? Yeah, brilliant.
And then I'll go to you and you can say what you were saying to me earlier out there. That'd be good.
I'll think of something.
It's fine. I'm going to talk about... Okay, mic's on. And that was Doesn't Matter by Christine and the Queens. Thank you, Kira, for that. Keep the requests coming. I've got a few and it's very exciting. I like having requests. It makes me feel better about myself. I just feel like I'm making a fool of myself, but you know, we always do that over here on Radio Bicester. Not on Radio Bicester, just Reels Radio. Would you like to tell us a bit more from your perspective, Roy, about...
Yes, well, Suyan mentioned the word communication. And, you know, communication is a wonderful thing, which we take for granted, rather. And until you come to a strange country who doesn't speak your language, and you don't speak theirs, you know. And there was a strange film back in the 60s, I think, of a man in a red telephone box. He went in, he couldn't open the door, and he couldn't get out, you see. And he sort of tried to signal to all the people outside, but they just completely ignored him. So it must be a bit like that. So we're very interested in communication between cultures, as Suyan said, so that you don't feel so out of place, you know.
You don't want to be alienated.
No, I mean, I found it, because I tutored overseas students for many years, and they were so almost pathetically grateful if you knew a little bit about their country. Oh, you know about that? They were so pleased, you know. And I think it's quite important to have this knowledge of each other's
And this is how you two met, is in you teaching?
It's
Yeah.
because I needed help, and some tutors told me, you go to an office a space outside the office, there will be a strange doctor sitting there every Thursday. You just ask for help. He's really kind. He will help you. So the first time when he saw me, said, "Do you know you nearly failed your exam, or you possibly couldn't get your degree?" I said, "Yes, I understand that." He said, "Why are you smiling?" I said, "I smile because I know you will help me." It's really kind.
That sounds good.
Well, what I did find wonderful then was you had a student who had written something and it was nonsense, you couldn't understand it.
Mm-hmm.
And I'd say, "I really don't understand what this is about." And they said, "Well, just cut it out." I said, "No, no." And I always found with the Chinese, if you talk to them, there was always a good idea there which they couldn't express. And then suddenly they say, "That's what I wanted to say."
Yes.
And it was just such a lovely feeling, you know, you've suddenly made that jump from one culture to
Because
another.
I was thinking it must be so frustrating for like people that emigrate to try and like, because all of your knowledge is then like you can't say anything, so you just appear to be.
Yes.
So some people are probably like, "Oh, that person's stupid," when they
Yes.
don't know how to communicate.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
It's like-
the particular Chinese thing we found is there's a lot of talk about diversity in ethnic
Yeah.
groups and so on. But we find the Chinese ethnic group is rather neglected in all this. And I think the Chinese community, quite a big one actually, they tend to keep a rather low profile.
We don't want to make any trouble. We
Mm.
don't want people to notice us. We just try to be part of the UK, part of the culture. But actually, we couldn't really make it because we are not English and we are not British. We grew up in the Far East.
Because around here, like when we think about Chinese people, we just think about the Chinese tourists who come and like storm this village by the thousands. But then everyone's just like, "Oh, they're so annoying." It's like you can't generalize them like that. I've met a perfectly large amount of annoying English people in my shop.
Well, I had another student, she was Chinese from Malaysia, and when she was leaving, I said, "Oh, it's been so interesting to learn about the differences between our cultures." And she said, "But the really interesting thing is the similarities."
Yes.
And I really hadn't quite realised that before. And that's what we do with our books and other stuff. Although we're using sort of Chinese symbols and Chinese stories, our real emphasis is on the sort of common humanity that goes between the two cultures.
Because you were explaining them, though, they sounded kind of like fables. When I was young, it was obviously like the wolf trying to blow down the house of those pigs and stuff. I
And
can't.
that all seems to be other nonsense, doesn't it?
Yeah, and then there's always like that underlying message. It sounds like it's the same kind of thing, just using different kind of characters to make a different story. I
Well,
guess it's all
I
about.
suppose that story is really about, just don't go off with strange men or something. But
They all do seem to be.
no, I think these legends are rather more subtle. There's all these animal characters in the stories. They all have different characters. Some are bad-tempered and bad losers, and some are very placid and kind and sort of give way to everybody else. And some are laughed at by their friends, but they still win through. So
I just think it's really interesting to see it from a different kind of perspective. Because I'm half Irish, so my uncle has married a woman from Chengdu, and her name's Lu Ying, and they've now had a son, and he's getting all these Irish, like he's like 20 now, but when he was younger he was getting all the Irish fables and all of the Chinese fables, and now he's just like, he's got all these, like, he references stuff, I'm like, I have no idea what you're talking about, mate. And he's always like, "Oh, from when we were a kid." I'm like, I grew up in England, I was the whitest English kid ever, basically. And he's like referencing all this stuff, I'm like, no idea.
But we are interested in these stories.
I would be. I hope you don't mind if I just have a flip through of that at the end of the show.
actually, we have a wonderful video about that too, because these 9 dragons all have different functions in architecture.
Oh yeah, the book is called The 9 Sons of the Dragon, by the way.
And if you go to Taiwan, you'll see these temples with lots of different dragons on. And Suyan's made a beautiful video, it's quite short, taking you around the temple and pointing out all the different 9 suns in the temples and what their functions are.
That's like they're right there.
So it would make a tour of the temples there much more meaningful.
Yeah, I think that would be cool. And I guess if you can get this out there so people can read that before they go, then they can kind of know what to
Well,
look
we should
for.
see the video, actually.
You don't just walk around going, "Oh, this is nice." You walk around going, "Oh, this means something. This has something deeper." Right. Oh, that's really interesting. This next song is "Play That Funky Music" by Wild Cherry. But yeah, thank you for that. Let's hit this. and that was Play That Funky Music by Wild Cherry. Woo! One of my favourite songs ever. Yeah, anyway, did you have anything left to say?
We'd just like to make one point that we were interested in all groups of people from all countries. And I think there was a misunderstanding that the event this week at OYAP was meant just for Chinese. And that definitely is not true. We really welcome English people to come and learn about Chinese
I was
culture.
in English.
Yeah, I was actually handing out flyers for you guys yesterday.
Oh,
really?
Yeah.
thank you.
It's fine, just, I don't know how well it went, but you guys have got a few more days left of this project?
Yes, yeah, 2 more days, and also we got another one from 15th to 17th.
Okay, is this info on the OYAP website?
Yes.
Yeah, that's www.oyap.org.uk.
I think the word in there says Chinese storytelling, and it sounds like Chinese conversation classes, you know.
No.
It's all in English.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, we welcome Chinese people, but it's really aimed at English.
So the 2 more days you got left, is that this week, tomorrow, and the day after?
Yeah.
And what times are they from?
The exhibition starts from 10:30,
Okay.
and then we start doing some crafts from 11.
Okay, that's cool. And because I saw earlier that the crafts were like, because Carmen just came in to get me and was like, oh no, they need help holding up the dragon, like come out and have a look. And then I just come outside into the playground at this building that is the Studio 2, everything's happening at the Studio 2. And they were just lifting up this gigantic dragon, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna need to grab a pole. And we were like summoning the rain, were we?
Yes, yeah.
And I was like, oh, this is interesting. And then Adam said, oh, the special guest, by the way, is from that. And I was like, oh, right, okay. Because I didn't know what was going on there, but now I do, and that's cool.
Did you enjoy it?
It was cool, yeah. I feel like I missed out the whole first bit, which is why we were doing it. But I think I've picked it up now, and I'm really interested in. I like this whole idea. And you were saying that the whole kind of the point of it is to teach people about the meaning behind all the temples in Taiwan.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah, no, there's no problem. Our next song is a request from Suyen. It's I can't pronounce it in French because I stopped taking French when I was in year 5 and started doing Spanish instead. And I still can't speak Spanish either, actually. But it means I have no regrets, and it's by Edith Piaf. And I'm gonna guess that it's Je ne regrette rien.
Well,
Everyone's shrugging their shoulders. Let's hit it.
That's a beautiful song.